Good afternoon. Today is March 17th. This video will be played on March 18th. So the dates that I referenced throughout this memo are coming from March 17th, just as a point of clarification. Dear Friendship Village Tempe residents, as we experience this unprecedented event together, I want to reiterate that the health and safety of our residents and employees always have been and always will be our top priority. We are about to introduce what many, if not all, will consider extreme measures. These measures are going to be extremely inconvenient for everyone. Some residents may be angry over these operational changes, which would suggest that they still do not fully understand or appreciate the gravity of the situation at hand. Everyone knows the village's commitment to customer service and hospitality. And of recent, I have learned that only one thing is more important, and that is your safety and well-being. I will begin and end this memo with one of the most profound statements that I have heard. It will be unclear as to whether we have overreacted and overprepared. However, it will be crystal clear if we have underprepared and underreacted. We are asking and will go as far as mandate your full cooperation with the measures that we are about to introduce. We will be extending little flexibility on these measures, which is also unprecedented at Friendship Village Tempe. Effective today, March 17th, all village activities are suspended until further notice. We have currently blanked out the calendar through April and will revisit it at another point at some point in April. Effective tomorrow, March 18th, non-in-camp assisted living shall operate under the same measures as already in place for our healthcare center. All residents shall be required to remain at non-in-camp for all meals and services. In addition, visiting of loved ones shall be prohibited until otherwise notified. We encourage you to use the telephone. If you have technology such as Skype or FaceTime, you're more than welcome to use those types of means. Email, but unfortunately face-to-face contact is not going to be allowed for the near foreseeable future. Effective tomorrow, March 18th, all guest room reservations booked through April will be canceled. We'll be notifying those people of this decision so that they are aware. If things change before the end of April, the reservation will be offered back to whomever had reserved it first. Effective tomorrow, March 18th, housekeeping services to resident homes, cottages, casitas, and apartments will be suspended. This is to prioritize your health and their health and safety. At the same time, our housekeeping team will focus on ongoing sanitization of high-touch and high-traffic common areas to make sure that those areas remain as safe as possible. In addition, our housekeepers will be assisting on facilitating other measures that will require extensive staff time and effort. The maintenance team will also be focusing exclusively on high priority work orders at this time. Items that are not emergent will be addressed on a later date. Effective tomorrow, March 18, 2020, we will no longer accept any visitors to any level of care on our campus. That includes independent living, assisted living, the healthcare center, memory care, and hospice. We are asking residents, please reach out to your families, your friends, and any visitors that would come to the campus and let them know that we will not be allowing them to visit you on our campus. This will help with congestion at the gate as we inform people who are trying to enter and are not aware of our status. If you have a delivery, we will collect them at the front gate and we will store those packages in the Embers Lounge until it is able to be delivered to your home. That is a good example of the service that we will be enlisting our housekeeping team to be assisting with, is delivering those packages. Effective tomorrow, March 18th, we strongly encourage residents to not leave our campus as we enter lockdown mode. Residents are still able to leave our campus. We are not stopping residents from leaving. However, we are strongly discouraging you from doing so unless it's an absolute emergency or necessity, and you will know what those are. Effective tomorrow, March 18th, we will close Evergreen Gate to control the flow of traffic into our campus and ensure that we are properly screening folks who are permitted on the campus and turning away those who we are currently asking not to visit. Effective Friday, March 20th, the fireside will be closed. Thursday evening will be our last meal evening of service until otherwise communicated for the fireside. Thursday evening will be the last time we serve food in the fireside until otherwise noted. Effective March 23rd, that is Sunday, the Courtyard Buffet and Village Cafes will be closed. The last meal that will be served there is Sunday evening, and that will be until otherwise communicated. We will continue to operate the Village Pantry, or our convenience store. Our convenience store is located in the Village Cafe and carries various sundry items. We are working to increase our offerings by removing non-essential items and replacing those with items we believe that residents will find valuable or appreciative in this time. We will be staffing the Village Pantry with employees to assist with demand. Effective March 23rd, all Village residents will begin receiving 2 meals daily, which will be delivered to your home by Village staff members. We will be serving a lunch meal and a dinner meal. Breakfast items will also be an item that we are working on, making sure that we can deliver to folks. Things such as granola bars and Danish and things like that that we are able to incorporate into the meal service is something that we're currently working on. The delivered lunch and dinner meals will be a non-select menu, meaning we are not offering selections, and that is something that has to be necessary for us to be successful in meeting people's basic nutritional needs. The menu will be based upon availability, and our goal is to feature a fruit for lunch only, and then every meal will include the following: a salad of the day, a hot entree, a vegetable, a starch, and a dessert. In the best interest of our diabetic population and desire to be practical, all desserts are going to have to be NSA or no sugar added. The Village Dining Dollar program will be temporarily suspended. Under your life care agreement, the Village is obligated to offer you 1 meal per day as part of your monthly service fee. We believe your nutrition and health are far more important right now, and we'll be providing you 2 meals a day, and we will not be concerning ourselves with dining dollars or any additional charges as a result of this. Items that are being sold in the Village Pantry to residents that are available are on an incline balance only. That is to say that anything that you purchase from the Village Pantry during the time that we're delivering the 2 meals per day are going to be charged to your monthly service fee. You would see those purchases reflected in your monthly invoice that you receive from Friendship Village. Again, during this unprecedented event, we are asking for all residents to remain supportive of the above mentioned measures and know that they are inconvenient for everyone. We also enter into this plan fully acknowledging that it is not perfect and cannot guarantee that the coronavirus will not enter Friendship Village, assuming it has not already. We know that things can and will happen that are not consistent with the measures that we are putting into place. However, we are going to do the best job we possibly can with what we have to consistently enforce the measures that I've just communicated. We do, however, believe that these measures, while not perfect, are an appropriate response and putting us in the right direction based upon what we currently know. We anticipate challenges and surprises for all of us as we roll these measures out for the first time and have never implemented them before. In addition to the above measures being instituted, we will continue to do the following: increasing the frequency and rigor of cleaning and sanitizing common area community areas, implementing temporary visitation restrictions, including deliveries, canceling all large on-site, large group social events and recreational activities, reviewing and executing our emergency preparedness and response program, asking residents and employees to communicate any international travel plans and deploying an updated visitor advisory for communities. Coordinating best practices across our large partner network, which includes the Arizona Department of Human Services, the CDC, and Life Care Services Coronavirus Task Force. Making the CDC's COVID-19 prevention resources and recommendations available to all employees. And then lastly, measures that you yourself can do to help mitigate the risks of spreading COVID-19 are as follows. Avoid crowds and large gatherings. Refrain from shaking hands and hugging. Avoid touching your face. Regularly wash your hands with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. Regularly disinfect your personal space. Reduce or postpone visitors when possible. That has gone full circle and we are now prohibiting visitors. So there's really not asking you to reduce it. We have eliminated it. And then practice the habit of social distancing. We understand that 6 feet is probably the best bet to keep the distance between you and someone else during this time. In closing, it will be unclear as to whether we are over-preparing and overreacting. However, it will be quite clear if we are underprepared and underreacting. The health and safety of our residents, employees always have been and always will be our top priority and is the driving force behind the measures that we are implementing at Friendship Village Tempe and the other communities that are currently managed by Life Care Services. Some questions that have come up as a result of putting out the memo. How long is this going to be in place? The truth is we do not know. As you know, we have canceled everything through the month of April. We're cautiously optimistic that that will be the time that we're looking at. However, it is impossible to say right now. Can my kids pick up my meds and deliver them to me? Yes and no. Your kids can pick up your meds and they can deliver them to the front guardhouse. They will take those meds and we will deliver them to you via our staff. Can I leave the property? The answer is yes, you can leave the property. However, we are strongly discouraging you from doing so. Unfortunately, leaving has the potential to undermine our efforts to create a barrier between us and the outside. However, you are able to leave. We just suggest that you do so if it's an absolute necessity or an emergency situation. What do I do about my groceries? As I mentioned, we are stocking up the C-store. This is not going to be perfect, but we do hope to carry items that we believe residents will be looking for and needing during this time, and we're going to do our best to keep those stocked and manage that process as well as we can. We are discouraging you from leaving and going to grocery stores. Unfortunately, you'll find many of the shelves are empty, and so unnecessarily subjecting yourself to other people who may or may not have the coronavirus. So we are suggesting you rely upon the 2 meals that we're serving daily, as well as utilizing the village pantry. What about my medical appointments? We are suggesting if it's not absolutely necessary that you postpone those. You will most likely hear the same thing from your physician. For things that are medically necessary, we do have the ability to either schedule through our chauffeur service, or we can also schedule a ride for you through Lyft if it's absolutely necessary. So those are services that we're able to offer if you do need to leave campus and do not have a car to drive. Right now, those are the questions that have been asked. We will continue to make ourselves available out and about, walking around and talking to people, answering the questions the best we can. I'm receiving a large amount of voicemails, phone calls, emails. We are doing the best to get those answered and respond back. So if it takes us a little time, it's not that we're not listening or looking, it's that we're just trying to stay caught up. I have been surprised, and I don't know why, but all of the support and positive input that I have received from residents thus far, having sent the memo out on the evening of March 17th, I really appreciate everybody's positive attitude. I think it's important that we stay positive as we work through this difficult situation. It is going to potentially get more difficult before it gets better, and I think as long as we set our expectations and understand what's coming, that tends to help out a little bit. So we're going to continue to do our best. This is not foolproof. This is the first time we've done this. We are good at responding, so if you have certain needs and we are able to meet them, let us know and we will do our very best. But I do want you to be judicious as it relates to your needs and wants and making sure that we are truly focused on needs at this point. So appreciate everybody's cooperation, support, and look forward to working with you more on this and hopefully putting it behind all of us. Thank you very much.